So this is my attempt at a vlog. I'm very nervous and I don't talk to the camera a lot, but you live and you learn. We're hanging up a hammock because I have been wanting one for weeks and I finally convinced myself to buy one. So here's my dog. Harrison is starting a YouTube channel. Hello, Grace. Hello, Grace. You like the hammock? You like the hammock? She likes the hammock. So we are in 2 Kings chapter 2. I'm going to do a really short study with me because I haven't done one in a while, and I might as well just include it in the vlog because I did record it. So the first thing that I had written down was that verses 2, 4, and 6 all say, every time Elijah tells him to stay where he is and not to follow him, he says, "As the Lord liveth and as my soul liveth, I will not leave thee." And so I wrote down that this is how we should be with God because a lot of times we find ourselves, we're like, oh, I don't want to cling to God. But the Bible tells us over and over again to cling to him. And so I said, this is how we should be with God. We should cling to his words, refuse to leave his side. That's how it is with God. Like Elisha, he says that he will not leave us, and we don't have to take one step alone. And the next thing I have written down is verses 3 and 5 both say, "And he answered, yeah, I know it, hold your peace." And it must have been very aggravating for him to have people constantly being like, reminding him that Elijah is leaving him. And so I said, when you're dealing with people who are agitating you or irritating you in some form of way, this is how you should deal with them. It should be, yes, I understand, but not act on your irritation. The next thing, I don't know if you've realized, maybe you have and maybe you haven't, but in verse 8 and in verse 14, it describes Elisha's first act and Elijah's last act. So, in verse 8, Elijah took his mantle and he smote the water with it, and then the water divided. And then in verse 14, Elisha, now he has the mantle of Elijah, and he smote the water, and then it divided. So Elisha's first act was Elijah's last act. And then the next thing that I have is that in verse 9 and 10, Elisha wants a double portion. So it says, "And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me." And he, being Elijah, said, "Thou askest me a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken up from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so." And so Harrison actually, he taught a really good lesson in September 30th of 2019 at our ASO meeting. And ASO is our college Christian ministry. In this lesson, he talked about how Elijah had a covenant with God that made the presence of God dwell with him. And so Elisha wanted that, and he pursued it. He also talked about how he didn't even let Elijah keep him out of his presence. So it's like we talked about earlier. He said, "As the Lord liveth and as my soul liveth, I will not leave thee." And he said it 3 times because every single time Elijah was like, "Hey, God called me to go over here. I'm going to go over here. You don't have to come with me." And he would be like, "No, I'm not leaving you." And so when Elijah is taken up, his mantle falls. And so Elisha is given the choice of taking the dirty, heavy mantle or leaving it in the dirt. And he recognized that the mantle is the most important thing that he could add to his life because this mantle was a symbol of the presence of God dwelling with Elijah, and so he realized that it was important to add to his life because he needed the same presence that rested on Elijah to rest on him, and so Elijah had a drive to get the mantle. And Harrison makes this really cool point about the mantle and about how the more the mantle gets passed down, the less the value we give it because the mantle representing our relationship with God, as we pass it down, we don't know what it's like to live without the mantle. It becomes less important. So, like, when you're a fifth generation Christian and your parents were, and your grandparents were, and your great grandparents were, and you are raised in church the whole time, you don't recognize what it's like to live without that mantle, without a relationship with God. And so Harrison makes the point that Elisha wanted a double portion, but he made it his own. So he didn't just take the mantle and then just do everything that Elijah did and not make it his own. He did make it his own. And so Harrison's point is that he had a call to the generation to not live under your father's mantle, but to make it your own. Because we can easily slip into the habit of going to church because that's what my mom does, or because my mom told me to. And then we kind of start putting ourselves under our mom's mantle, but not making it our own. And so we just do it because that's what our mom did, not because that's what we want to do and we want to serve God and we want to live for Him. It's, oh, well, my mom told me to go to church when I was a kid, and so now I do. And so the last thing that Harrison talks about is picking up the mantle. He says that you need to pick up your mantle and how important it is to be in the presence of God daily. And so in verses 19 through 25, it tells the story of how Elisha was used to heal water in a city. But the important thing is that whenever we read stuff like this, we have to remember that it's not Elisha healing the water in the city, it's actually God using Elisha to heal the water in the city. So Elisha was just like a vessel that could carry out the miracle, but he wasn't the actor of the miracle, if that makes any sense. And so we have plenty of time to get back to the one that I was wanting to talk about, but I wasn't sure if I had enough footage of journaling to do it. But really quickly, in 1 Kings 17, 9 through 24, basically, so the rest of the chapter after 9, it talks about the widow woman who God appointed to sustain Elijah. And when Elijah asked for water and bread, she responded that she only had a little and she planned to eat it with her son and die. And so my point with this was that she didn't realize that she was right in the middle of a miracle. And so Elijah was asking her, hey, can you make me this bread? She's like, I don't even have enough bread to feed my own kid. Like, we're going to eat this and we're going to die. And she didn't realize that, like, she was about to have the miracle that she needed. And so what happens is the barrel of oil and the cruse of oil did I just say the barrel of oil and the cruse of oil? The barrel of meal and the cruse of oil never ran out like she was promised by God through Elijah. And so later on, her son gets sick. And so God healed him through Elijah to prove that Elijah was a man of God and he was speaking the truth. Because at the end, the woman said to Elijah, I know that by this I know that thou art a man of God, and that the word of the Lord is in thine mouth is truth. So, and from the story, when I was reading it, I've never really thought about it before, but like she really was right in the middle of her miracle, and she did not even know. She had no clue. She thought in her mind that she was going to go home, fix a little cake, like a little bread cake, with her son, and then they were going to eat it and die, like they were going to starve to death. But she didn't know that she was going to have a barrel of meal that never ran out, or a cruse of oil that never ran dry. And so sometimes we're right in the middle of a miracle and we don't even realize it. We're just sitting there and it's about to happen and we don't know, and we're like about to give up hope. She was about to give up hope. She was just going to go and eat the bread cake and then die. And she didn't realize that literally within her saying that, there was a miracle already being planned out, already working. And I just thought it was really interesting because I never really thought about it before in that way. But we can be right in the middle of a miracle without even recognizing or realizing it, and it's just happening right here in front of us, and we're not even noticing it. So that's about basically everything I have for this study with me. It's like a mini study with me, and I hope it was helpful and interesting. Side note though, Harrison found me this really cute backpack at Bargain Hunt, and it basically has a little container that's supposed to be for makeup, but Harrison thought it would be good to keep all my Bible journaling stuff in. So if you have a Bargain Hunt, I would check it out. It might be there, hopefully. I hope it's there. I hope you can get one. It's really cool. Bring me a stick.
So cutting my head off, I see.
I'm trying really hardly. Really hardly. Wait, no, I fixed it.
Trying really hard by eating cake.
I just think I just feel awkward because like it's more acceptable in places like California or Los Angeles or like. Did I just say California, Los Angeles? Like a city. I just think that like here it's not as common for people to do YouTube.
So what do you want? Stop by Sonic and get drinks. Have a better plan.
What's your better time?
Subway?
Subway?
12-inch China for cheese, BMT.
Give me one. And then I get one. And then we're thinking and thinking. I really like how salty it is.
And the dark chocolate. How much caramel's in there?
Okay, so I found these very, very, very cute cutouts and not stickers. It's a stamp at Tuesday Morning, and it's from Metropolitan Girl. Or wait, no, maybe it's the brand is called Femina. Anyways, so I got those there, and then I went to Hobby Lobby, and it was really fun. And I didn't record anything in the store because I was really nervous, and I'm not good at vlogging yet because I don't have an experience. But I bought this really, really cute happy planner. And I also got something in a giveaway that is going to happen. It's a surprise, but you got like a really, really sneak peek of it. It was that 2-second video of a thing that looked like a bunch of notebooks. I am giving those away soon, but Harrison's actually the person who told me to give it away because I bought it. It was half off, and I was like, this is really cute. And this is me unpacking the Ephema Metropolitan Girl stickers, but maybe there's a different name for the brand. I don't know what the name of the brand is. Maybe it's that Capala, the whatever. Anyways, I'll try to find a link and link them below. But they're really, really cute. I thought they were so kind of antique vintage looking, and I basically just love that. That's just my style of everything. But they were so adorable. So this is the stamp. I actually was kind of stupid, and I thought that it was multiple stamps, and I didn't realize that it was just one stamp. So, but I still like it. It's really cute. I've used it at the end. At the end, I have like a time lapse of me using the planner and the stuff, but it's really cute. when the truck was vibrating. So Harrison and I went fishing, but then it quickly became a butterfly hunt because I am obsessed with butterflies, and so I just walked around recording butterflies the entire time. So the rest of this video is just butterflies and me finding a caterpillar. So I hope that you like this video if you're not going to watch the butterfly videos. And I'm trying to do a mix of informational videos and then just fun videos, so you don't always have to learn something when you watch, because Harrison's cousins made me realize that not everyone wants to watch an informational video all the time. So, yeah. Here's the video of the butterfly. We have a little friend. Gotta save this little guy. Gardens by Tor. So if you made it to this part of the video, this is my attempt at starting a junk journal. I know that you're supposed to use recycled stuff and do that, and I've been trying to do that for years. Like, I just didn't realize that it was actually a thing now, but for years I would save stuff and I would staple my books together, and it would be so many different papers and it would be so cool, and I didn't realize that it was a thing. And so I'm taking baby steps into getting into junk journaling because I don't think I have the talent to make my own journal at this point. But that is my goal in the future. But what I did is I bought a happy planner, and it was just the notes version, so it's just a bunch of blank pages. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just going to start writing down things, and I'm just going to make the pages pretty, and that's going to be my attempt at junk journaling. Like I said, I've looked it up, and it's basically just you reusing materials, like recycling things and then making a journal out of it. And sometimes people, all they do is decorate the pages and they don't actually write down in it, and then some people will write down in it, and so it's very interesting. It's very varied. Like, people do it different ways, and I just think it's really cool. I've always wanted to. I've been the person who, like, never used stickers because they wanted to put it in a cute place, and they're like, oh well, I don't know how to do it. And so I would accumulate, like, a bunch of stickers, a bunch of construction paper, a bunch of random paper that I thought looked cool, and my goal was always to make, like, this huge journal out of it. And then I realized that junk journaling is a thing, and then I felt really validated because that's what I've been wanting to do my whole life. And so now I feel like it's something that I could totally do because like I said, I've been wanting to do it for such a long time, and it sounds so cool. So if you haven't heard of it, I suggest looking it up. There are super cute videos on YouTube of people making their journals from old books, and so they take old book covers and then they make a journal out of them, and it just seems so cool to me. Anyways, weird, random, out of the nowhere thing, but I'm trying to get into junk journaling very slowly so I don't scare myself with having to do so many really cool crafty things and not being able to do it. But anyways, so I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one.